Another day, another hospital. Before anything else, I need to build a reception desk so I can check in the horde of patients pressing against the doors, flinging snot and disease into the morning air. After that, it'll be time to build another GP's office. How many of these have I built now? I've lost count. The room needs to be at least 4 squares by 3, have a door, a desk, and a filing cabinet. Do I have the money to add extras to it? Right now I do, but further down the line I know I'll regret buying that yucca plant. Is the secret to happiness having as many yuccas in a room as possible? It might be the secret to a very well oxygenated room, but I've heard the secret to happiness is subscribing to PCGamesN. Oh, and liking this video. And to really seal the deal, make sure you ring that bell. 2 Point Hospital has been built by people who made some of my favourite games when I was younger. We're talking Black and White, Fable, and of course the connoisseur's choice, the movies. This new game of theirs takes heavily from their work on Theme Hospital, it being a hospital management sim after all, and wonderfully it has all the modern doodads such a reimagination should. Beyond the fantastic art style, 2 Point Hospital has granular management menus that are reminiscent of those found in Planet Coaster, which means they appeal to my need to fiddle with, well, everything. However, while you have the option to customize every facet of your buildings, similar to Theme Hospital, there's room to add more convenience. Specifically, it would be great if 2 Point Hospital gave you access to pre-made rooms. It quickly becomes tiring having to choose and position each individual component of a room, so that with every new hospital you have to recreate the same hospital basics. The GP's office is always at least 4 by 3 squares, so the absence of a pre-made option is frustrating. I'd create the damn blueprint myself if I was able. Where 2 Point Hospital shines like one of the polished white tiles adorning my wards is in how it makes hospital staff feel like actual humans. They plead when you threaten to fire them and have conversations in hallways rather than walk like robots between patients. The hiring process is one of my favourite parts of the game. Choosing which candidate has the best qualifications while also considering their temperament and various positive or negative traits. For example, Dr. Victoria Bolognese is motivated and tireless, so she's an obvious hire. Whereas Aldo Codswallop is nausea-inducing, hangry, and swallows his gum. Need I say more? The dry British humour on display in those names carries over to the radio presenters and tannoy announcers of your hospital. But while it's funny and cute to begin with, after you hear the same announcement for the 30th time, their voices soon wear thin.
We're sorry for the litter that you dropped on our floor.
The tannoy sounds off, but I stopped laughing at that joke several hours ago. Fortunately, when you're so engrossed in planning and decision making, you might miss one of the announcements, then hear it again later and potentially have a little chuckle to yourself once more. There are many challenges to complete in order to get a 1-star hospital, and on top of that, sometimes your staff ask for a challenge or two. Oh, you want a staff room with a prestige of 4, do you, Nigella find later? Well, did you consider that maybe we're in dire need of a room to save people with chest infections? The staff challenges aren't of the utmost importance, but they do highlight where your hospital needs improving, which can be useful. Repetitive building aside, 2 Point Hospital manages to make each level feel fresh by giving you new challenges, new ailments, extreme weather, natural disasters, and new areas of research. The hospital named Meltdowns, for instance, gives you an abandoned old hospital with rubbish strewn all over the place, broken machines, and unpredictable weather. However, my favourite has to be Duckworth upon Bilge, where you take over a public hospital under the strapped for cash 2 Point Health Service. This hospital starts with many pre-built rooms. I'm a fan already. But the catch is you don't make money from diagnosing, treating, or mistreating patients. This is better for my moral well-being. I felt bad having to increase my prices to cover the costs of running my hospital, but it did mean I was relying on the health minister to pay up when we completed his extra challenges. Like Theme Hospital before it, much of 2 Point Hospital's entertainment comes from its outlandish ailments. At one point, my staff demanded I shoot the monobeasts, the monobrows of patients infesting my hospital, and at the same time we had an outbreak of, well, mummies. The ancient Egyptian kind, which I had to stop spreading throughout the hospital. With 15 hospitals to play through to 3 stars, 2 Point Hospital finds plenty of reasons for you to start again from scratch as you learn of new ailments, find new ways to cure, and unlock new decorations for your hospital. Extra strategy comes from the fact that each hospital is connected. You're best keeping one hospital as a place of research so its teachings can be spread across your whole organisation. It's a shame you can't similarly transfer the knowledge of how to build a GP's office between hospitals, but I've dealt with that by learning to construct them in less than 30 seconds. UI gripes aside, 2 Point Hospital is a fitting successor to Theme Hospital, even if a few health checks are still required. What do you think of 2 Point Hospital? Have you picked it up yet? Let us know in the comments below where you think 2 Point Studio should go next. Maybe a movie studio, service station, or pencil factory. Or maybe not. Oh, and if you enjoyed the video, do remember to like and subscribe to PCGamesN for more PC gaming reviews like this one.